everyone, it's Christina here. How are you going? I thought I'd just jump on today and give you this month's reading. So this is for October 2018. I realised about halfway through September that I actually missed September, so I must apologise for that. I've had a few changes in my personal life that required my full attention, and so I missed the boat a little bit, but I apologise for that, and I hope to be back on scale permanently from here on in. So this is great. So as usual, what I've done is I've drawn 3 cards for the month of October 2018, and which represent the beginning, the middle, and the end of the month, just to give you some idea of what to expect and what energies to expect. I'm also going to start doing something a little bit different this month, in that I'll be doing a weekly overview for you as well. So look out for that video after this one. So let's get to it, hey? So I hope your September was great. Oh, whoops, sorry. Things have been on the move, and there's been a lot of changes happening since we had the lunar eclipse in August. I don't know how many of you guys were affected by that, but I was affected by it in a very positive way, and made some decisions in August that were divinely inspired and fantastically wonderful to get me back on track to where I need to be, where I want to be, and to get me towards my goals. And September made a few mistakes, but that's okay, because I never ever make a mistake. Nobody ever makes mistakes. They're always just learning opportunities. So I just wanted to jump on board and say I hope you guys all had a fabulous August and September. Now, so for the beginning third of this month, so for the beginning of October, oh my gosh, we're in October. So between the 1st of October and the 15th of October, what you need to be doing is some of this. You need to be letting go. So what this card means is that the theme of the month of October, so this is for the entire month, remember. So even though these cards are sort of put in their thirds for the different aspects of the month, they actually do apply for the underlying theme of the entire month together. So what the letting go cards means is that in October is a really, really good month to drop the shit, okay? That's the words they're using, right? It's time to drop the shit. So that means anything and anybody and any situation in your life which is not serving you. Okay, now this letting go business has been a theme for quite some time, actually, because I've seen it in our Tuesday Oracle cards on the Mystical Essence Facebook page, and I've seen it in my clients, and I've indeed seen it with myself come up a few times. Plus, like, it's just been around a lot, particularly since about June, July this year. So for it to come up again, what's coming through is that more needs to be done, okay? So congratulations on what you've let go of so far, but more needs to be done. And this is actually about you stepping into your power. This is about owning who you are, all of who you are. It's not about just going, oh yeah, I've got too much crap in my house and letting go of that. It's this house. This house needs to be cleared. You need to release old stagnant programs. You need to release anger, hurt, sadness, unhappiness. You need to work on your mental health. So if you're suffering from anxiety or depression or something more in depth than those two, like schizophrenia or ADD, ADHD, if you are suffering from, gosh, there's so many mental health disorders out there at the moment, and some of them need to be clinically treated, right? So if you are falling into the clinically treated category, please go see your GP and get the assistance that you require, or see a natural wellness practitioner who can give you some support in conjunction with any medicines you may be on, so that you can really lift your spirits and get on with it, because this energy of not letting go is really, really heavy at the moment. And what it does is it keeps you stuck, right? So you're like this hamster on this hamster wheel, and it's like, yep, I'm getting good, oh no, I'm not, I'm shit again. Yep, I'm good. No, I'm not, I'm shit again. And so this cycle keeps going because there's more for you to let go. And one of the things that's come through a lot lately is where I've had people say to me, oh, I just feel like I'm letting go and letting go and letting go and letting go, and nothing is changing. When I hear nothing is changing, I always like to ask, is that the truth, right? Because if you are doing the work, if you are seriously and honestly looking within yourself for the reasons or the possibilities or the issues that are continually creating drama in your life, and they're still showing up, that means you're not shifting it, you're not getting deep enough, right? So we have a lot of head stuff going on. We all love to live in our head for whatever reason. You need to get into your heart, all right? So if the letting go thing is a recurring thing for you, and it's the same shit, different day, and you say to yourself, nothing is changing, two things I want you to do. I want you to really look at it honestly, right? I want you to go and look at where you were to where you are now. And if you cannot find anything in that time frame, however far you choose to go back, if you can't find anything in that time frame where nothing is changing, then you need to have a long hard look at yourself and how willing you are to change it. Now that's tough love, and you know, I love you guys so much, and I hate seeing people suffer when you don't need to. It's a choice, right? So if you look back on, I don't know, the last month, the last 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever, it doesn't matter however long you've been told to let stuff go, and you can't see anything, not one, not two, nothing, absolutely zero change in any circumstance in your life, I call bullshit. And that's tough love. I call bullshit. It means to me that you're not doing the work. And if you are doing the work and you're finding that it's not helping, then you need to ask for help, guys. You need to ask other people who are qualified or in a better state of mind to give you a hand, okay? We're not here to suffer. We're not here to do this on our own. We're here to work collaboratively and in a sense of community. So if you're struggling with trying to create change and you can't, please reach out to the people that can help you. There are a lot of people out there that are great at helping you see clearly. There's a lot of people out there that are just more than willing to help you, but you have to want to help yourselves as well, okay? So any helper that you hire or that you work with or talk to, if it's a colleague or a friend that you talk to, nobody, not a single sausage on this planet can give you a hand if you're not prepared to do the work. And please don't take this offensively. It's tough love. The reality is you are the creator of everything, okay? So if you want to create a happier, healthier life for yourself, you need to do the groundwork. You need to find the cause, the root cause of your problems, rather than just band-aiding it with medications all the time, or band-aiding it with alcohol or drugs or smoking, or even in natural medicine, right? Like, I could give you several herbal tonics, for example. As a qualified herbalist and naturopath, I could give you the tonics and it'll make you feel better, it'll clear up, you know, any nervousness, it will help you sleep better, all of those things it will do. But if you are not prepared to get deep and honest with yourself and really shift that horrible, yucky crap that we've pushed down for so long, nothing will seem to change. Now, did you notice I said seem to change? Because I guarantee you that you are a lot further ahead now than what you were even 2 weeks ago. Guarantee you, if you're doing the work, if you're legitimately doing the work, and that means looking deep within yourself, getting the help, and then putting into action the help that you're being given, things will have to change. They have no way to go or know where to go other than to help you, right? So I find it very frustrating when I hear people say nothing ever changes, and when I then ask them, well, what have you done about it? And they go, oh, I've done everything. And I'll say, okay, what have you done? And they might give me two things. They might say, well, You know, I've started running. I started eating a better diet. They're all wonderful and fantastic starting points. But the real work is inside. The real work is mindset. The real work is heart. Those two have to be mended, and only you have the power to decide how that gets done. You either decide to seek help from someone who can help you, or you're making a choice to sit there and run around in the hamster wheel. And here's the other thing, right? And I was just saying this in my challenge group that I had running, that the hamster wheel doesn't stop just because you've done a year of work. It doesn't stop just because you've done 12 years of work. It doesn't stop because you've been working on stuff all your life. Why? Because there's always something more. And I don't mean that in a negative Nancy way, right? But there's always new things. As you increase your energy, as you increase your vibe, as you get clarity on different things in your area, as you start chipping away at the light bulb that is you, and you start chipping away at all the mud and the dirt and the crap that you found yourself in over the years, you know, you're going to only just be chipping away at the surface, and you have to keep chipping away. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be difficult. It just has to be continually using momentum forward in managing your stress, in managing your beliefs, in managing how you think about the world, and so forth. But you have the absolute power within you to do this. So, with October coming up and saying let go, if you've really struggled, you've been trying on your own and you've been struggling for months or years, it's time to ask for help, okay? Don't do yourself the injustice of having a really shitty, crappy life because you don't want to ask for help. You didn't come here to be 6 foot and bulletproof, okay? Everybody needs help. Everybody does, because when your mind is consumed with stress and worry, there is no way in hell you can find clarity. It just does not happen because your mind is too focused on all the bad shit. You need to go into your heart. You need to heal your heart so that you can hear your inner voice, which will then resonate and show you the way to clarity. And that includes finding people who can help you properly. But you need to do the work, not other people. Nobody can fix another person. Nobody can fix another person. Not even a bloody doctor. Alright? Doctors can give you medicines to mask the problems. The minute you come off the medication, the problem still exists, right? In most cases, the problem still exists. And I'm not bagging GPs. They do a bloody great job. And the world, honestly, you know, things would just be so much more devastatingly bad for human, you know, the species, perhaps, in a global scale, if it wasn't for modern medicine, right? And I'll also add, if it wasn't for traditional medicines. Because traditional medicines are by far, just as, if not more powerful than our modern medicines, because the body has not got used to it, okay, which means it has a better, healthier reaction to it. But you need to do it with a qualified practitioner, okay? Do not just go to a health food shop and say, oh, I've got this issue and I need a pill for it. That's no different whether you have that attitude with natural medicines. It's no different to having that attitude with going to the doctor and getting a script. You're still band-aiding. So letting go for October means no more band-aids. No more band-aids. It means getting in there and doing the hard yards. And if you do the hard yards, this is what the outcome will be, all right? This is the pathway you'll find. And no, that is not physical death, before anyone freaks out. That is an ending of a cycle. Alright, so you'll find that things will start coming to an end in order for you to move forward. So the sleeplessness, the stress, the worry, the fatigue, the unwellness, all of that will stop when you start letting go. And how do I know that? Because the number on the card, if you can see it, is 46, right? And in numerology, 46 equates to 10, which breaks down further to 1. 1 is new beginnings, right? So please do not stress that you're going to die when you see a death card in any reading that you get. It does not mean a physical death. It never has, ever. right? It doesn't mean that. It means the ending of a cycle. It's a 46, which means it's also a beginning. You can't start to have an empowered, fabulously wonderful, stress-free life if you're hanging on to the baggage that you're carting around, okay? So the let go card is the starting point, and as a result of letting go, the more you let go, the more the cycles finish and new ones begin. And the other exciting thing about October, so when that death card, that ending of cycles will start happening really, I'd like to say from the 15th of the month onwards, but in essence, your entire life will be made up of endings and beginnings, okay, because that is the nature of life. There are always endings, there are always beginnings, and you cannot necessarily have a great beginning if you haven't dealt with the ending side of it. If you're still carting old wounds, if you're still carting old outdated belief systems, if you're still thinking that just the power of going, oh, everything is fine, everything is fine, everything's fine, is going to change anything. It doesn't. It doesn't. It helps. It supports the changes that you're trying to make, but it in and of itself will do nothing. All right? As I said previously, I could sit here and say, I'm going to win $1 million, I'm going to win $1 million, I'm going to win $1 million. Excellent. Great. I've just manifested $1 million. Now, if my belief system is that I am not deserving of $1 million, guess what happens? I might still win the $1 million, but I will spend it like wildfire because I have a belief that I don't deserve it, therefore I'll get rid of it. Therefore, positively thinking about having $1 million may have helped me out momentarily, like I could pay off my bills, I could buy a house, whatever, but ultimately it's not going to change my life. At the end of the $1 million, I'm still going to be poor. I'm still going to be broke, and I'm still going to be struggling to pay my bills because I have not changed the inner belief that I'm not deserving of that money. Okay, so I'm just using that as an example to inspire you to do the work, as hard and as scary as it is. Letting go, ending those cycles that just don't serve you is absolutely key to getting you to where you really, really want to go. Okay, so towards the end of the month, when you sort of realize that and put that together, you become your own authoritarian, right? It's represented by the king. Now, as a regal king, right? Kings don't, well, queens for that matter as well, they don't do their own work, okay? That necessarily, right? But they do take charge of what needs to happen. And it's for you guys, it's the same thing, right? When you are in charge of yourself, when you're in charge of how you're choosing to react, when you choose differently, when you understand that everything in this life is at your power to change or create something fabulous, you are your own king and queen. You are. You are in your power. You are, and this is not aggression, this is empowerment, right? So this is where your masculine and your feminine energies are balanced, which is exactly what we need. We need more people with balanced energies in this world because the masculine energy has taken over for far too long, and it's created a lot of dramas because, unfortunately, that's the nature of testosterone. All right, and no, I'm not specifying this to males because females have testosterone as well. Okay, but what testosterone does, one of its effects in excess creates aggression. Okay, when we're stressed, guess which hormone goes up in females and males? It's testosterone, right? So, by letting go of the shit that doesn't serve you, by acknowledging that things need to end in order for you to create something wonderfully magical for you, then the outcome of doing that work, even though it scares the crap out of you, the outcome of doing that work with a well-supported group around you, not just one friend, it's best to have a bit of a group so that you don't wear out other people if you're worried about that. When you're supported in a group, in a community environment with trusted people that you love and that love and accept you as you completely are, You then become the king or queen of your own domain, and this is your domain, right? Not the outside world. This right here, right? No, not me, you. Your mind, your body, your soul. That is your domain, and that is all you have control over. When you understand that and accept that, you can delegate accordingly so that you're not left picking up after everybody, so that you're not feeling overwhelmed. All right? You can pick and choose what you want to deal with. You can pick and choose, sorry, let me rephrase it. You can pick and choose what is yours to be dealt with and what is not, right? You can choose differently. In every single scenario, you can choose a different pathway. Life is not, life is not static. It's always forever changing. It's always forever buzzing. It's not just linear. It's not just this is how life is. Oh, I made that decision. Oh, whoops, I fucked up, right? It's not about that. It's like, okay, yep, you know what? Didn't go as planned. Oh, actually, I have the power to make a different decision and then go and make it, right? Doesn't mean it's going to be right. Doesn't mean it's going to be less painful. Doesn't mean anything. All it means is that you've chosen a different pathway. And by choosing that different pathway, you could improve your life dramatically, right? You can improve your life dramatically. And if by some strange reason you've made this decision and you find yourself in the same shit, different day scenario, choose again. Go, okay, well that didn't work. Choose another thing, right? You have the power of choice. You have free will, okay? You always can make a different choice. And I know, and I can speak of personal experience, when you are in the mess of your head, it is difficult to make decisions. Absolutely, because your head is so consumed with, if I did that, well I did that and I messed up, and I did that and I messed up. That's all head talk. When you go into your heart center and you go, okay, stop for a minute, let's take a breath. What is my next best action step right now? And then listen for the answer. And if the answer is, well, fuck everybody, just get on with what you want to do for yourself, for your life, then go and do it. All right? If the answer is, I need a holiday, book yourself into a holiday. It doesn't have to be for weeks or months. It can be a short weekend away. But you need to start trusting the guidance you get from your heart, not your head. The head will always lead you astray, okay? Because it's messed up, because it's thinking too many things. It's not wrong, it's just overwhelmed with thinking. And only, there's a saying that's, problems are not resolved by thinking, right? Problems are not resolved by thinking. Problems are resolved when you listen to the direction of your own inner compass, all right? Because thinking creates the problems. And so you can't solve a problem with something that's created the problem. Does that make sense? It just doesn't work. It's not the same. You may create a different plan based on what you think you should do, or you may have a gut feeling which is far more powerful and far stronger and more clear that, okay, this pathway is not for me. I need to take a different pathway. I need to look after me. I am important. I am worthy. I am deserving of happiness, and I will make decisions based on getting to that goal of happiness that I want for myself. So, the energy of October is very much one about self-care, self-love, and releasing that shit that just does not serve you. Okay? Another heavy month, and I hope this helps you and gives you some guidance. I'll also, as I said at the beginning of the video, I will be doing weekly readings just to see how that works for everybody, as things can change, given that energy is not like static, it's always moving, so things can change. But please take care of yourselves, love yourselves enough to honor yourself, your feelings, the directions, the intuitive guidance that you're getting. Please just trust that, because it won't let you down, I promise you. Alright, much love, and I'll see you for your big monthly reading next one. Alright, bye for now.